Hi, this is Matthew Park with the YLOC. This is the 7th grade Lesson 6 Math Preview video. Let's get started. Looking at question 1, look at the graph above. Which point shows the number of players in a team? In other words, they're asking us which point on the graph shows the number of players on one team. If we look at the x-axis, we can see that it represents the number of teams. Therefore, our x-coordinate would be 1 since we're looking for the number of players on one team. We can see on the graph that at 1, it's 11 players on one team, or a value of 11 in the y-axis. Therefore, our answer would be this point, right there. Or in other words, 111, the coordinate on the graph. Number 2 asks us, which point shows that two teams have 22 players? In other words, they're asking us for the point at 2 teams and 22 players. Remember that the x-axis represents the number of teams, and the y-axis represents the number of players. Therefore, they're asking for 2 teams, or 2 in the x, and 22 players, or 22 in the y. Therefore, our answer would be 2, 22, or this point right there. Moving on, they ask us, how many players would 7 teams have? We can see on the graph that each team has 11 players. So if one team has 11 players, 2 would have 22 following the proportion. We can do this all the way up to 7, and we would get that 7 teams would have 77 players, following the proportion we see in the graph. Moving on, we can try a few of these. Looking at number 5, calculate 25% of 72. 25% can be written in 2 ways. It can be written as a decimal, or 0.25, or as a fraction, which is 1/4. These all mean the same thing. I'm going to use the fraction form of 25% because it makes multiplying easy. We can multiply the fraction 1/4 by 72. We can cancel out the 4, and we get 18. So our answer would be A. Just remember that the decimal and the fraction both mean 25%. And continue on. Number 6 asks, 8 kilograms of apples cost $20. How much do 6 kilograms of apples cost? Well, we have a proportion set up. 8 kilograms of apples cost $20. We can look for how many 1 kilograms of apples cost. To do this, we can set up a proportion. To get from the 8 to the 1, we have to divide by 8, meaning that on the bottom, we also have to divide by 8. That's not exactly a pretty number, but what we end up getting is 2.5. So we see that 1 kilogram is equivalent to $2.5. Well, if we want to get to 6 kilograms now, we have to multiply by 6 on the top and on the bottom. Doing so gets us that 6 kilograms equals $15. Therefore, our answer would be C. You can try the rest on your own. And let's finish off with some word problems. Looking at number 1, you are making a leather book cover. You need a rectangular piece of leather that is 18 inches long and 11 inches wide. Find the cost of the piece of leather if leather costs $0.25 per square inch. Well, we're given the information that we need a rectangular piece of leather that is 18 inches long and 11 inches wide. Let's go ahead and draw that. So this is our piece of leather. It's 18 inches long and 11 inches wide. We need to find the cost of the piece of leather if each leather costs 25 cents per square inch. Square inch indicates to me that we need to find the area. Well, to do that, all we have to do is multiply the length and width of the rectangle together. Quickly do 18 times 11, and we get 198 square inches. Remember that these are 18 and 11 inches, and multiplying them together gets us 198 square inches. If we know that each square inch costs 25 cents and we have 198 of them, all we need to do is multiply 198 by 25 cents to get our answer. And by doing the multiplication, we end up getting that it is $49.50. We can look at number 3 now. A car travels at an average speed of 55 miles per hour. How many miles does a car travel in 2.5 hours? Well, let's rewrite this using the units they give us. We have 55 miles per 1 hour, and we have a car, and we want to know how far it travels in 2.5 hours. Well, if we multiply these two together, we can cancel out the hours to just get miles, which is what we're looking for. 55 times 2.5 will end up getting us 137.5 miles. By canceling out our units, we can find out how fast or how far the car drives in 2.5 hours. That'll be it. You can try the rest on your own, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you.